Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday morning. I believe today is March 4th. I'm sorry for the length of time it takes me to update sometimes. I've been in Denver for, let's see, I left on Monday afternoon and I arrived there, Monday night. I was there for business and I stayed through Friday night and I just got home. I am stocked back up on inventory. I was literally completely out of business inventory. So I do have a lot of receipts here, as you can see. All of them except for the grocery receipt is completely deductible. It is business related. But I came, and so we'll go through those. But I came home, and because I've been gone 4 days, now my husband was here, and I try not to buy a huge amount of groceries because, I don't want to commit him to eating a bunch of leftovers he doesn't want or anything. So we try to be real lean in how much we cook at a time. But I did come home, and I had a bunch of milk, not a bunch, but like a half of a let's see, not a half gallon, a quart that was, half drank and it was gonna go bad. It was starting to get outdated. Then I had some sour cream I wanted to rotate. And so I just looked up a recipe. I should have had it over here. I looked up a recipe for oatmeal pancakes because I had everything on hand for this. I had 6 eggs, which, I think I put 7 eggs in there. This used to be a very inexpensive recipe to make. But of course with the eggs, it became kind of an expensive one. But I wanted to make sure I didn't waste all the milk and the sour cream and different things. And so this is a very simple base recipe. I added more cinnamon. I put chia seeds in mine and just some other, things I had on hand. And it made way over a couple months worth of pancakes. So I'm letting these cool. Then I'm going to bag them up after they're completely cool and mark them and put them in the freezer for the next couple of months. So I try to, extend meals and save a lot of money that way. Pancakes freeze very, very well as long as you package them correctly and then, reheat them on low when you want them. And it's a great way to save time and money. So I did that. So yeah, I didn't have to spend anything on that. And then there's more here and my husband already had his. So let's go through our receipts. Remember again that this is because I work in Denver. I did not do very well at taking food with me, mostly because of space issues. I have a cooler and I normally travel with that, and especially in the winter I'll take all different kinds of food with me so that I save money. So I did take tea bags, I did take my stevia, I did take a lot of things like that to save money, but I had to get a big load home because we're under, winter weather watches again. Today, I know the roads will close again, and then possibly Wednesday. So this should only last another week and a half. Then I'll be up to my normal schedule when I actually travel, when I'm ready to travel, not when the weather dictates that I travel. So this has been tough, but so on the day I left, I went through and I got 2 runzas. They are about $5.50 a piece. If you don't know what a runza is, it's a sandwich that has hamburger, cabbage, and then you can add other things. Some people put mushrooms and Swiss. Some people put cheddar cheese. It's kind of a Nebraska German thing, but there are runza restaurants in our area, or not in our area, but in the Nebraska, Colorado area. So when I go through, that's one of my favorite things to get. And $5 for one meal is really good. I got 2, and I actually made 3 meals out of the 2. So that was $11.72, but I got 3 meals out of it. And my receipts aren't in order here. Let's see. This is a Walmart receipt. I bought my husband some beef jerky, and then I needed cash for a tip for the hotel. For the housekeepers, I don't carry cash, and I've been staying in hotels a lot, and I'm trying not to be that person who doesn't tip. So I had to just pick up something quickly and get some change. This is a new to you receipt. This is a place, this is a thrift, well, it's a consignment store. They have amazing clothing. They have 3 levels of clothing in there. If you're ever in Wyoming, it's a place you definitely want to stop. I got everything out of the basement, and so it was all half price. So what would have been $6 was 3, what would have been 12 was 6. You can see my receipt. And all of this is recycled clothing that I am also selling online now to my customers. So it's been recycled 3 or 4 times, which is wonderful, wonderful. Then I went to the Ark, and I also purchased 2 items. They have thousands and thousands and thousands of pieces of clothing. I go through it by hand, and I just pick, a few that I think my customers will like. These also look like, let's see, one of them was 50% off. That one was, and then this one I don't think was. I think I paid full price. So I spent $9.71 there. Of course, again, that's all deductible. At some point during the week, I bought some textiles. I don't remember if these were shoes or what I bought to resell. But anyway, it came to $19.54. So yeah, sometimes I'm in a thrift store for 2 or 3 hours, and I just come out with a few pieces. This was my gas before I left. This was the night before I left. This was $36.50. And that filled my car and got me all the way back to Wyoming, all the way to Denver, in Denver for 4 days, and then back. And I do think I gassed up one more time just because of the weather. No, I wouldn't have had to have gas, but I'm not going to get out there without a completely full tank. I don't see that receipt, but yes, I know I did. I know on the last day I left, and it was, I want to say it was 20-something. I'm sorry, I don't know why I don't have that receipt in front of me, but anyway, I know I did spend it. Then I went to the Goodwill while I was there. This is a normal Goodwill, and these are things that I don't think any of these were on clearance, half price, but these are items that people didn't want and donated, and they'd been sitting there a long time. So I spent $49.03 for my business. Then I went to what's called the Goodwill Outlet. If you are not familiar, it is a huge warehouse. There are 3 of them in Denver, and so many donations come in that the Goodwill can't keep up with them. So they put them out there so that people can get them and send them to other countries so that they get recycled. They're trying to keep all of this clothing from getting thrown away that people donate in the United States. And so they do let resellers go there to try to save some of the clothing too. So I spent a lot there. I spent $102.58 on one day. I bought 52 pounds of clothing and 14.5 pounds of linens. So I'm really happy with that. I saved about 60 pounds of clothing from getting destroyed. On this day, same thing. I saved about 40 pounds of clothing and 4 pounds of linen from getting destroyed. This is another Goodwill outlet. 40.45 pounds of clothing from getting destroyed. If you go there, this is a very intense place. It is deep in bins. You have to dig for it. It's in with all the dirty clothing that gets donated to them, all the stained clothing, all the ripped clothing. But if you stay and you dig, then you can get usable items. And people from every country in the world go there, to send back to their home countries. And there's still more that honestly gets thrown away. It's not Goodwill's fault. They do all they can, I think, to save it. But people just discard so much in our country. So then this is Goodwill again still. And I saved 42.5 pounds of clothing and 10 pounds of linen almost from being dumped. But I did spend a lot, and I do have to make a living doing this, so I will resell that clothing. This is a Walmart receipt. This is not deductible. This is just, part of it is actually 3 of the packages of cookies were a donation to the Goodwill workers on there because I'm there so much and I buy a lot of clothing. So I bought 3 of the packages of cookies to give to them as a business transaction. The rest is all ours. I bought my husband and I some cookies. I bought a 2 liter of Diet Pepsi. I'm trying to even think what the rest of this is. It's anyway, I didn't spend, that much on personal food on that receipt. Then I went to King Soopers and I did get us some salad so that we have some fresh items in the house. We have plenty of food on hand. This was stuff like, we needed more milk that was fresh because we needed to rotate the old. We put pickles on our salad. We have big salads with olives and peppers and all of those things. My hands have been cracking because of this severe weather, no matter how much lotion I use. So I did need some new skin, which is like oops, sorry guys. It's like a bandage, like a liquid bandage so that I can work, and digging in those bins also through all of the clothing that has been treated with certain chemicals so that, if there's anything on them, I think Goodwill sprays something on those, and that also is hard on my hands. Then I bought a couple things of rolls on clearance for our potluck today, and then the rest is like salad kits that were on clearance. They were normally $4.99. I paid $1.80 for them. They're very good. Let me show them to you. If you go to King Soopers or a Kroger, at least where I live, if you hit it right, see, this one says $1.71. This is just normal romaine. This bag would normally be like $4, and I get them really cheap. And then let me see if I can find the other lemon one. This one here, I don't love lemon, but it's the lemon dressing, and my husband loves this. These are normally $5, and I got them for $1.80, so we'll eat that today to make sure we rotate that. So my fridge is actually pretty bare, really. A lot of this is just pickles and salad stuff, and I did successfully, I had a bunch of, like I said, sour cream and milk that needed to be rotated. This milk is fresh here, but we are getting it done. What I'm going to do next is, this is steak, or not really steak, rib steak, I guess you call it steak, out of our freezer. And we've had it. It was donated to us. So we are going to marinate that now. And we're going to eat that all week. We're going to shred it and put it in tortillas. We're just using what we have. It's not really a recipe. I'm going to do my best to make something out of what I have. And you can tell my condiments are going way down. I have a lot of space there, which is the point. I'm really trying to use absolutely everything I have. So actually I might... Oh, that's fish sauce. I don't want to marinate my steak in fish sauce, I don't think. I may have to just end up, I don't know what recipe I'm going to use that in. I need to check the date. But I'm doing very, very well, I feel like, at rotating my fridge, using things, spending really low amounts of money. It looks like a lot, but we are traveling, going places, doing things, all for, a decent budget. I did buy sweet potatoes for $3.21. I will use that with the steak in the middle of the week. It'll be really quick to just throw a sweet potato in the oven. And yeah, and then crackers were on sale for $1.49, and I have everything in my pantry and in my freezer to make chili maybe toward the end of the week. And so I just wanted some crackers with it. Sometime during the week, let's see what this is. Oh, this was when we used our certificate. You can see that we used an external gift card. We did go to Bella's. It's a wonderful Italian place. I guess I haven't updated you for a long time, but we had been given this certificate at Christmas. We went to use it once. Someone else generously bought our dinner. So then we still had our certificate. So then we went back on February 21st and had a nice, wonderful Italian meal. Let's see. Then while I was there, my son was there with me, and we went and had Chinese, and this Chinese lasted 4 meals. I ate, that night, and then it was late at night, so I didn't eat a lot of it. Then I had it for like lunch the next day, and then I brought the rest home, and my husband enjoyed it. It was cashew chicken, so we got 3 or 4 meals out of that $14.58. Then I did get an iced tea. I did not realize that iced tea and drinks had gone up so much at McDonald's. They used to be $1 even for a large. So I will definitely be more careful on that. It's fine. I want to support the restaurants too. It's just that I want to buy things that I don't like to cook or don't have time to cook. Iced tea, I can make that even in the hotel room with a bucket of ice. So to me, that's a splurge that I didn't realize. I thought it was like $1, but I haven't been there for a long time. I normally at home just make, iced tea. I brew it myself and make milk tea and all kinds of nice stuff, but I do it myself. So I did not know that, that it had gone up. And that's Denver prices too. Maybe I'm thinking of the Wyoming McDonald's are not $1.69. I don't know. Anyway, then on the way back, I got more runzas. I got 3 runzas, one for me to eat in the car as my lunch. So that was what, $5.09. And then I got my husband one and me one to eat throughout the week. And I still have half of my second one left, and he ate his. So, guys, that is a lot of expenditures. Like I said, 99% of this is deductible. I think we're staying on task the best we can with the weather. I would rather have not had to go to King Soopers and stock up again. Some of this is stuff like tortilla chips that, it was on sale for 4 of them for $8, $2 a piece or $2.29 a piece. I really wish I could just not worry about food for this coming week. I would really rather have waited another week and just, gone on a trip on a different day. I really was still not prepared with a good list or anything on Monday when I felt like I had to leave. But anyway, I hope you get some ideas. I hope that you will go through your fridge, see what is still not expired or still usable, however you feel about that, and just go to Google, print off something that says, leftover recipes for milk or leftover recipes for sour cream or whatever you have, and go through. And if you have time, it is a time thing. I mean, it took me, an hour and a half to go through and, make the pancakes and look at my fridge and do all that. And, if you're working and you have a really good salary, it may not be a good use of your time. But for me, it is. It's relaxing. I like to cook. So go through. All you have to do for any item, any leftover spice, any leftover anything that you want to rotate, go through and see, what you can use. So anyway, guys, thank you for following my videos. I don't think that I'll have too many expenditures for another week now. That's kind of how it goes. I spend a bunch at one time, and then I go a whole week, and I don't believe, based on the weather, that I will be going anywhere until Friday at least, and that will just be going to see some family out of town. But yeah, so anyway, guys, thank you again for looking at these videos. If you want to subscribe, I'm going to try to do this all year long, and I hope that my pantry, let's go take a quick look. I think it's going way, way down. And see, you can see how empty that is. I'm getting a ton used up. My canned goods are really rotating. I did make a ton of pumpkin bread. I don't think I had time to show you last week, so I made a ton of pumpkin bread just out of things I had in my pantry. So yeah, so other than some new things like the taco chips that will last like 4 weeks, and the crackers were $1.49, those should last a month and a half probably. We don't eat those except really when we make chili or soup. So, and then these are just all staples that I've had, sugar, flour, all of that. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.